I had a very kind of a rough first 8 years of my life, and I was sent down to look after an elderly lady. She had broke her wrist and couldn't milk her cow. I was 10 years old, so my stepfather sent me down to look after her cow. In the evenings, even though it was July and August, she always lit the fireplace, and we'd sit and she'd put her arm around me and she'd tell me stories. Well, this is all new to me, and it was the arm around me that was the most important at that time. But the stories sunk in, and they remained with me all my life. She would tell me stories about how no matter if no one on this earth loved you, Jesus did. There was always Jesus to love you. And she taught me this song, Jesus Loves Me. She would tell me little things like, when things get really tough, that's the Lord is testing you. So you have to do what's right. He's teaching you. The good Lord will never burden you with more than what you can carry today. But if you're foolish enough to pick up yesterday's troubles and tomorrow's worries, then you could falter. You could crash. But if you follow and just think of today, then He'll never let you down. He'll never burden you with more than what you can carry. She'd tell me little funny stories that had nothing really to do with, or at least at that time, I didn't think had anything to do with God. But she'd say, you know, if you took a plant and you didn't water it, and you moved it in a closet where it couldn't get sunshine, it'll grow all weird. But you bring it back out into the sunshine, and you water it and care for it, it'll bloom again. And she said that's what human beings are like. And those kind of stories carried me through some really rough times. I was out on my own when I was a long ways under 16 in the city of Halifax, believe it or not. And what's even more believable when I look back is that I kept my nose clean. I did not get into trouble, only because when things would go wrong, I would look up and say, Lord, what are you trying to teach me now? I'm going to be the most educated person in heaven. And that's the way it still is to this day. I keep going back to the old lady's sayings. I've tried to hand it on, especially when I had my native girls. I used a lot of that kind of psychology pop to keep them on the straight and narrow and keep them in school. I don't know why, but for some reason I just came through a very difficult operation, which normally, by rights, I shouldn't be here. But for some reason, He kicked me back and said, you're not finished yet. So I must have more to learn.